going on, Cowboy
What's
Nation?
going on, world? It's your boy, Coach CG with Sports Break, Sports Tape. Hey, let's go ahead and talk about it. First and foremost, happy Thanksgiving. Let's spend this time with your family, with your friends, eating really good food, watching some really entertaining football. Now, today, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go. Today, we have our Dallas Cowboys facing off on Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes led Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be a good one. Let's get into it and break it down, man. First, quick conversation on the Eagles game. We came out of that. That was a big win. That is a momentum shift. That is a confident boosting win. Eagles fans will not knock down our morale off of that, because that is a morale booster. That was an important win. We absolutely needed that game, especially with the next two games that we have, with the Chiefs coming up at 4:30 Eastern and the Lions next week. We needed the Eagles game, and we got it in dramatic fashion too, with the biggest victory in some time, right? We was down 21-0, came back and won 24-21. That was important. It's just like bowling, though. It could be a big victory, or it can be something that has compound growth. What do I mean by that? Just like in bowling, you bowl a strike, that's 10 points. That's good. If you end up bowling another strike or a spare, that's even better, right? But if you come back and you bowl two gutter balls, you know, yes, that doesn't change the fact that you got the strike, but it doesn't mean as much as it could have meant. And that's what's going to be important today. Today, we need another strike. And I would even go to say that we're going to have to strike first. We're going to have to strike fast, and we're going to have to strike often. But let's get into it. Before we start talking too much football, hey, man, drop in the comments, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Hey, listen to me. I don't know if it's the mac and cheese. I don't know if it's the candy yams. I don't know if it's the chitlins drenched in hot sauce. For me, it's one of them three. And after this video, I'm going to get it in before our game and after our game. But I'm going to be talking to y'all at halftime too. So I want y'all to just drop in the comments, what's your favorite food, man? Now let's get into it. Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes been balling. It may look like it's a down year for him because their overall record isn't where we would have expected it to be. But the truth of the matter is he's second right now in the NFL in throwing yards. They're throwing at a very high clip. Their run game isn't as good as it once was when they really winning. But hey, look, Hunt and Picasso, whatever his name is, he's not that important. He's not a Cowboy. But his running backs still have the potential to get off if you let them. However, those outside receivers, man, Xavier Worthy, he's a burner, right? And you got young man Rice, he's probably their dangerous wide receiver. So they still have Kelsey, right? So they still have weapons that you have to pay attention to. And so they still have weapons that you have to pay attention to and respect. Because if you don't, they're going to get you. Now, when we look at their third down conversion and things of that nature, because we know we struggle with getting off the field on third down. Their third down conversion is pretty good, man. And Andy Reid is like that. And the reason why I mentioned Andy Reid, the last time Andy Reid played against the Eberflus-led defense, Chicago Bears got beat 41-10. Now, our offense is more potent than Chicago's offense, so it may not get out of hand, but we can't disregard and negate the fact that Andy Reid put up 41 against Eberflus. It's not the same team. It's not the same players, but the scheme, the system, the mindset, that may tell you a little bit. So that does give me a little worry for cause. However, again, on their defense. The Kansas City Chiefs, they have a big defensive line. Their defensive line, it loves to play the power game, so they're very powerful. So with their defensive line loving to play the power game and being very powerful, they are really decent about stopping the run. They're going to make sure they stop the run. Now, Spags, we know him from the New York Giants, right? That's their defensive coordinator. He brings a lot of pressure. Good thing about that is Dak is okay and comfortable against the blitz. When you have those type of weapons in that offensive line, you blitz us, you could be got. But this is a game we're going to need Javonte Williams to really tote that rock. And it's going to be some tough toting. But that offensive line is going to have to find a way to create some space, find a way to slow Chris Jones down. And as long as we focus on Chris Jones and make him the focal point on that line, everything else should fall in place. They have a really solid cornerback, but there's a major drop-off. Now, after the couple of weeks that we've seen GP3 have, they're probably going to cloud and double cover George Pickens, which will leave CeeDee Lamb more room to operate. Like I said before, if you follow this channel, you'll see a big game out of CeeDee Lamb today. That's not even one of the keys to the victories, because I'm just assuming it, that you'll see CeeDee Lamb go for 200 yards and possibly 2 touchdowns. Like, you're going to see CeeDee Lamb like make up for the last couple of games with this one game in it of itself. But that's all going to start with Javonte Williams doing his thing. We're going to have to throw the ball a little more on second down. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been a first down run team. We'll probably switch it up a little bit, throw on first down, run on second. So keep your eye on that. You're still going to have Brian Schottenheimer going for it on fourth down. That's just in his DNA. I don't even think that it's because the defense is bad. It makes it explainable when the defense was bad. But you'll start to see even him becoming comfortable with just doing that because he's comfortable with the offensive line and the decision maker that we have. So while we fell short last week on that 4th and 3, I don't think that that's going to have him shy away from doing that stuff. So, quick recap on the Chiefs. They have a good cornerback that's going to be a decent matchup with GP3, but they're probably still going to shade a safety and cloud him with a safety everywhere he goes. CeeDee Lamb is going to have to be moved around to stretch Kansas City thin. Chris Jones is going to have to stay in check. Hey, Pat Mahomes is still Pat Mahomes, and he's Pat Mahomes boy because the guy is just like that. We have to be able to keep him in the pocket. I don't like his off-schedule throws for our defense because when you're in the zone, if you're in the zone, you're watching him, but your guys are going to bite up when he escapes and eludes the pressure from the pocket. And once they come up, it leaves more space for those wide receivers to do damage to us. So that gives me a little bit of worry because Mahomes is Mahomes, right? And here's the thing. It's going to be a close game. It's definitely going to be a close game. But here's our keys to victory, right? We talked about the Chiefs' defense. We talked about the Chiefs' offense. We didn't talk about special teams. So, keys to victory. Javonte Williams is still going to need to run and tote that ball. I said that, right? So, even if he doesn't go for over 100 yards, if Javonte gets anywhere between 78 and 85 yards, that's good news for the Cowboys, especially if they're meaningful yards. And meaningful meaning, big-time yards, second and third quarters, and momentum type of swings with field position. Keep that field position in your back pocket. Dak Prescott, play action pass. He's a play action quarterback. He's always been a play action quarterback. And now that that's back in order, I feel like CeeDee Lamb from the slot and CeeDee Lamb from the X or the Z is going to go crazy. He's going to have a masterful game. He's going to have one of those games where, you know me, I love to yell, Mary had a CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to have one of them games. So just let people know, yeah, he had a couple of drops against the Eagles. Yes, he's been pressing, but this is his get-right game. Not the Cowboys' get-right game, but it's CeeDee Lamb's get-right game. From there, our defense just have to hold serve, man. The pressure pack. Who are the pressure pack? That's Quinnen, that's Kenny Clark, and that's Osa. Them three gonna have to show up big, have to press from the middle to get Mahomes a little uncomfortable, and hopefully from there our ends can collapse. We just have to be really disciplined in our rush zones. I suspect that Flus plays a little bit more four-man front because the Chiefs don't run the ball well at all. That give you another man that you can put down in the coverage, in a pass coverage, which is going to be needed because Kelsey's going to be a dog. And we don't need Kelsey converting on third downs and prolonging drives. Cowboys have to play a clean game. We have to play a clean game. No self-inflicted wounds today. Minimize your penalties. Especially no fourth down or third down penalties, man. Let's get off the field. No holding calls. And can Mr. Thomas hold up at left tackle? Guyton's going to be out the game, but I feel like 71 is going to have him a good game. So much so that, hey, if he has to play to the next two games and he plays well, we may look at just moving Guyton over to right tackle next year. Not this year, but next year. Because still got to get out of here. But other than that, those are my keys to the game, right? What's our run game going to look like in important downs? Dak Prescott being efficient and effective on third downs and in play action pass scenarios. CeeDee Lamb really getting off. And it's going to come down to a field goal kick. Whichever team kicks the field goal, they're going to have to make the field goal. And I got Butter being very smooth on this Thanksgiving Day, man. Hey, I don't do score predictions. Because I don't want y'all to hold me to them. I'm just keeping it real. But drop down in the comments what your score prediction is, man. Do you have the Cowboys winning? Do you have the Cowboys losing? And what's the score? For me, I have us coming out with a victory. What's the score? It's going to come down to a field goal. That's all I got for you, man. Hey, like I said, on this Thanksgiving, love on your people, man. Love on your people. Time is short. You don't know how long they're going to be here. Don't take them for granted. Do not take them for granted. It's Thanksgiving, so go ahead. So let's get excited. Let's get ready for the game, and let's enjoy our family, our food, and some good football. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's get them.